So the first thing you're going to want to do is download either of these apps. I would prefer to get this one, even though I think it costs money, but this one also does work. I used it for a long time as well before I ended up getting this one, so either one works perfectly fine. So now that you've got the app and you're ready to go ahead and go to Google and look for some images you would want to use for your thumbnail. While you're picking your images, make sure you don't come across ones like this, because this is terrible quality and you do not want that for your thumbnails. Instead, come across something like this where it kind of pops out at you. So assuming you've got your pictures ready, go over to this S over here and click the camera thing, and it'll bring you to your camera roll where you can then pick out your images that you are going to use for your thumbnail. So now I've got mine picked out here, and here, and you can do whatever you want with them. Like, I mean, you can go over to transform over here, and you can even just mess around with it or whatever, but I mean, I don't usually do that. First thing you want to do is press this pin or whatever it is, this brush right here, and go to filter. Here's where you can adjust, you can blur, you can pick whatever style you want, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So what I usually do is I go to hue saturation and I shut that shit completely down, and now it's gray. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to all of them. So now they're all completely gray. You see where it says normal? Click that, and you can choose between any of these things that you would like. I usually go with lighten for one of them so that you can still see something in the background. You can also go to opacity, this thing where the 100% is, and you can turn it all the way down if you want. There's no picture if you do that, so you're going to want to do something similar to that. Lighten, and now you see there's a little bit of stuff going on. So you can go back to that tool that I was talking about earlier, hit filter, go to saturation, turn that all the way up, and now you got some nice red, or you can change the color as much as you want. I'll go with yellow for this one. It's like a neon or something like that. And I'm gonna do the same to this one, making it more of a yellow than it was. You can go over here and hit that text tool, and now you've got a text thing up where you can write anything. So I'm just gonna put anything, and there you go. But you can also mess with the size here. You don't want it that big, but you can mess with the size to fill it up. I'm gonna put anything you and then want. You can hit the tool, so if I click off of this, you can click on the text again, and you see this little pin tool thingy. You can hit that and you can change the font to whatever you want. You're not gonna have all the fonts if you have IBIS Paint X, but you can always use the default ones. They don't look bad, trust me. Especially the bold ones, you don't want to use the shitty ones. And what I like to do is I like to duplicate the layer, come over here back to this thing, and hit transform, rasterize the image, hit the check mark, and what you can actually do here is go to blur, and it makes it pop out really nicely. I mean, you can literally do anything on this app. You can change the color if you want. So if you go over here, you can go down on your brightness, and you can change this, the hue, to whatever you would like, and it would just fit in, and it just looks really nice. So actually I'm gonna go and do that and keep it like that. And you can also do the same to the blurred image that you just did, and now it kind of blends in a lot more and it doesn't look white on the outside. So there's that, and you can add anything here that you want. And then if you go back to my gallery, you can hit this button right here, and I would recommend saving it as a photo JPEG to reserve quality.